Hey everybody, here's Elizabeth, Cora, and Sophia here at Shelton's Acres. We're at our worm bin and we're processing some castings. So I've got a hardware cloth here, so it's got a little bit bigger holes. And then here I've got a finer cloth. You see the difference. And Sophia is my worm collector here while I'm going through this if I see any worms, so she can put them back in our big bin. And I'm also, a friend of mine, she was being helpful and she gave me she said, I've got a bag of shredded paper that you can have for your worms. And I'm like, oh yeah, that would be awesome. So I brought it home, poured it in there, and I realized that she had shredded some mail, like with the envelopes with the plastic in it. So where everything had been processed, we still got these little pieces of plastic, so I'm pulling them out. And if you notice, there's the white pieces, that is eggshells. This is like a K-cup. I was collecting like coffee grounds from work and stuff. And some of those K-cup filters were not compostable. They were like some kind of cloth or something, so they don't break down. So I'm pulling that out. But these bigger white pieces is eggshell. And some people don't like the big chunks of eggshell in their compost. I really don't mind it at all. Because you know what? It's gonna, not only are you gonna be feeding your garden, but you're gonna give it some protection against some pests that do not like the eggshells. So I do not mind the eggshells being in there. I will use the eggshells in my compost and they'll just continue to break down. It might take them a really long time to do so, but it's not gonna hurt anything. It's still organic material and aids in pest control, aids in your compost material. It just is slower to break down. So we had this like pretty full where you couldn't see the mesh, and I'm just, you know, keep brushing this. Oh, here's a worm. Uh-oh, he went through the other one. Oh, you dropped your worm? Oh, you gotta find him. So here's one of these coffee filters from the K-cups that was not like a compostable material. So I don't like K-cups. I think they're very wasteful. They are you know, to each his own, but they're very bad for the environment. And here's one of our little worms. Sophia. Oh, and Sophia's got another one. Hold on. All right, put them back in the big bin. So I just don't like K-cups. That's just me. If you use K-cups for convenience, that's you. I just don't like them because I don't like, you know, they don't break down and they're not good for our environment. And I'm trying to be conscientious and teach my girls to be conscientious about the environment and take better care of it. You know, Mother Earth is taking care of us. We can help and take care of her too. And that's one of the ways that we can do it. So we got a lot of this down. And then we've got this smaller mesh. So I'm gonna let it stay in this. And if there are any little worms left in here that we didn't see, this is gonna dry. But I've got some new, get him? I've got some bedding material here underneath and some food. And that's just I say shredded up paper, but it's, leave it alone, baby. It's just paper I ripped up. I don't have a shredder. So any kind of junk mail, some of the girls like graded schoolwork that comes home, I just rip it up into strips and I put it in the worm bin. Any kind of food scraps, coffee grounds, tea bags. Be careful with some of the tea bags because they have staples in them. Until you start composting and feeding your worms and stuff, you probably don't notice these things, but some tea bags have staples and you don't want those staples to go into your worm bin. So this is the best fertilizer you can use, and it's chemical free. I don't want to put chemicals on the food that I eat. That's why I'm growing it. If I wanted chemicals on my food, I wouldn't worry about growing it and I would just buy it from the grocery store, which I still have to do. But I'm trying to get where we can eat more and more food that we grew that's chemical free. So if y'all want a great fertilizer and you want to reduce your carbon footprint and recycle and reuse, then get you some composting worms and feed them your scraps, and then you can in turn feed your plants and grow food without chemicals. So y'all please remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.